Hi, and welcome to Design Time with Floor to Ceiling Carpet One. My name is Marga, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about ceramic tile. Today we're in our ceramic tile department. As you can see, we have lots and lots of choices. One of the things that we have noticed, or do notice a lot when people walk in, it can seem really overwhelming. I'm standing in what I consider a forest of racks with unlimited choices as to what you can do. One of the things that we try to do when you come in is immediately try to narrow down what your tastes are, what your likes and your dislikes are. Just because we know that walking into this space is like walking into Legoland, because you can literally build anything that you want, and the choices here can be really overwhelming. These are just some of our fun designs that we have. We deal with lots of different things. We deal with, on this particular rack, we have natural stone. So if you're looking for a really traditional, classic or rustic design, natural stone works fantastic for that kind of application. Then over on this rack right here, we have a lot of glass on this rack, and glass works really well for several different options. It works great in cottage design, but it also works really well in some contemporary design styles. Back a little further, right in here, we have this great aqua colored glass in combination with our natural stone, and this works really well when we're doing any kind of cottage design, or if you want that bathroom that feels like this incredible spa. These are really great colors to use in that space. Great materials, they're very calming, very tranquil, those kind of things. So when you come in, instead of feeling overwhelmed, make these product selections something that are fun to work with. You know, you're getting into this new environment, into this new space, that all of a sudden you have this clean slate in which you can start fresh. Instead of making it a stressor, make it fun. But in order to do that, you really kind of, it's good if you can just connect with us and we can help you walk through it. Right now I'd like to take you over to one of our newest racks, and that's right over here. Right. Well, before we get to our newest rack, I want to talk a little bit about this particular piece that I have right here. When you come in, we usually will talk about body tiles, and what we mean when we talk about body tiles is that there are tiles that are the majority of what your space will be, whether it's the majority of what your floor will look like or what your backsplash will look like. These large pieces, just like this, are going to be mainly what your floor or wall will be, or it can be this. When we talk about that, and the next rack that I'm about to take you to is what we call our decorative or our accent pieces, but in order to make those work, you have to have your beginning tile. So, but while we're talking about this, let's look at this piece right here. And this piece has really linear pieces that aren't, but this is still a body tile. And one of the things that we can do with a piece like this, we can either put it all in just like this, which is a fantastic look, but if you wanted to step it up just a little bit, then we could pop one of these out and pop in one of our decorative pieces. And I'll take you over to that rack right now. This right here is our newest rack, and here, when I just talked about popping out a piece and popping in a piece, these are the pieces that we use that for. These are all, this portion of the rack is all natural stone, which we can work in and out, whether it's the bottom of a backsplash or whether it's right in the middle. These are all great pieces. Right here we come into a few more contemporary pieces. We have abalone, these glass. It's a very thin glass, but then we just build up the mortar behind it so that it evens out to the rest of the thickness of your tile. You can come in and you can do these blacks and grays are really great for more modern contemporary lifestyles. And then on this side we have just kind of a mix of both, just depending on what your style is. My particular favorite, I'm a little partial to brown, so I like this one right here. In fact, I'm hoping that I can get this in my own home, but we'll see how that goes. This is actually really interesting. You've got the natural stone right here, and then they've also cut the glass and chipped the glass to look just like the rock, and then they've inserted that piece in there. We also have a rack right over here, and this is This particular one right here is tile that is, it's very, if you come into the store, you'll see it. It's very three-dimensional. It looks almost cushiony, but it's metal. And when we apply that to a backsplash, it looks like this metal quilt, and you actually just want to reach out and touch it. It's very three-dimensional. It's a really great look. And then we come into glass pieces right here. Again, you can use those wherever you want. You can take that body tile, the linear one, and you can pull those out and pop pieces in just randomly wherever you want. So ultimately you can come in, create your own design, and your house literally will be truly yours. It will look like not any of your friends, but it'll be solely your own unique look. Now on this side right here, believe it or not, this tile actually looks like wood. Now you'll say, well, why wouldn't I just put wood down somewhere? You know, this is a really great option if you have a lot of traffic in a back room. You really want it to look like wood, but you really want it to just be easy to take care of. This is a really great option. I did a bathroom not too long ago actually, and we had tile on the floors, and instead of doing a wood wainscot, we actually went up with ceramic tile and we made it look like wainscoting, but it's really easy to keep clean, easy to maintain. And then we used decorative pieces, something like this, and these are all trim pieces, and they'll cap things off. They'll look like a chair rail or a top rail, and but they're really great ways to just finish off a look so that it looks very intentional when you're done. So when we started at the beginning of the segment, we talked about how difficult it might be when you come in here just because there's so many parts and pieces to work with. However, by the time you're done here, we'll walk through and we'll show you all the different products. We've showed you some here today, some of the great choices that you have. But when we're done, we want to make sure that you've walked out with some kind of a really cohesive design. So this grouping here actually is a finished grouping for a home, and what we've done, we've taken what we talked about before. This is the body tile, so this will be the majority of the tile that will go in this case through the master suite or the master bathroom. So body tile will go on the floor, up shower walls, and then we've also chosen that decorative accent, the decorative accents that we talked about, and that piece was going to be this. One of the questions that we also ask are, you know, about your fixtures. What kind of fixtures are you going to be putting in that space? And in this case, we had brushed nickel, so we also chose we call these listellos, and that also has a brushed nickel accent right on the inside, so it ties your whole space together. We also talked about that final trim piece, the piece that caps it all off. And so right above this piece, to finish things off, we're actually going to go ahead and stick one of these metal, what we call liners, and there's a top cap, and we'll put that on, and it will just finish the look, in this case above the vanity in the master suite. All of this, what I have here is an actual home grouping though. So we've talked about the tile and how that works, but we also wanted to integrate and make that whole home feel like it's one continuous flow, a really unified design. So we've made sure that the cabinetry flows, and this cabinetry will also be in the master suite. We want to make sure that the cabinetry complements the tile that we've put it with. Also, we have a granite countertop here, and that will also set on top of the actual cabinet in the master suite. Throughout the home, there's going to be carpet, and of course carpet in the master actual bedroom. And so we've chosen, actually on this particular board, any of the 3 colors of carpet that you see there on the end would actually work. So we end with one cohesive design, and hopefully by the time you've left our showroom, you're feeling confident and comfortable and a little less stressed or frazzled than you were when you very first came in. So if you have any questions regarding tile or any of our products, please stop in and see us here at Floor to Ceiling Carpet One, and we're located at 416 Highway 10 West here in Detroit Lakes. Thank you.